LAFC's Danis Bouanga wins 2023 MLS Golden Boot, presented by Audi. NHL Calgary Flames Rasmus Andersson has been suspended 4 games. UEFA fines Lithuania for anti-Putin chant, players urge fans to carry on.
Sir Bobby Charlton dies aged 86. England and Manchester United legend passes away surrounded by family after long battle with dementia, leaving just Sir Geoff Hurst alive from the team of heroes who won the World Cup in 1966.
US and China will lead peace negotiations, not Putin, as Russia's dependency on China grows, says Ukrainian diplomat. Germany's former leader Schroeder calls threat from Russians as absurd.
In Canada, astonishing amounts of government-supplied opioids found for sale on Reddit. NYPD officer Grace Rosa Baez and boyfriend Cesar Martinez accused of conspiring to distribute fentanyl, other narcotics. Trudeau confronted during Toronto area mosque visit, as calls mount for Israel-Hamas ceasefire. The occupation of a hotel by an Israeli tycoon in Barcelona provokes protests from Kobani and the Jewish community. Pipe bomb explodes near Israeli embassy in Cyprus. A group of protesters surrounds a synagogue in Melilla.
PlayStation's visual arts appears to have suffered layoffs. Debated Assassin's Creed Mirage graphics setting to be removed for all.
Once hailed as a drought fix, California moves to restrict synthetic turf over health concerns. Half of glaciers vanish with 1.5 degrees of warming, according to NASA study. Experts say, East Coast humpback whale population has reached record numbers as tourism booms. World's largest known asteroid impact crater could sit below Deniliquin in southern NSW, experts say.
Over 1,000 migrants reach Spain's Canary Islands in a single day. Afghan refugees return home as Pakistan threatens arrests, expulsions. Korea, Arab nations to hold 8th round of FTA talks in Seoul. Australia and China suspend WTO wine tariff dispute before Anthony Albanese's trip to Beijing. Argentina, Brazil seek €12.5 billion of financial aid in EU-Mercosur talks.
Bitcoin Core developers warns of all your mempool are belong to us attack, steps down from Lightning Network. Ragnar Locker ransomware gang taken down by international police swoop. Okta says hackers breached its support system and viewed customer files.
U.S. puts sanctions on 3 Chinese companies for missile parts supplies to Pakistan. Ukraine fears drone shortages due to China restrictions. North Korea condemns U.S. for supplying long-range missiles to Ukraine. South Korea's first KDX-3 Batch 2 Aegis destroyer started sea trials, the world's most heavily armed destroyer.
Former Hells Angels boss, accused of disposing bodies in the pizza oven. Front door of home, where Manson family murdered Sharon Tate, sells for $127,000. Michigan State apologizes for inappropriate content after Hitler featured in scoreboard trivia. Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX allies secretly poured $50 million into dark money groups, evidence shows. FTX reportedly eyed Google and BlackRock investments before collapse. Crypto exchange Patricia offers controversial debt token conversion amid user discontent. Pence says he would have had boots on the ground in Gaza if president. Israel strikes militant compound under West Bank mosque, military says. Palestinian workers stranded in West Bank, fear for families in Gaza, but refuse to condemn Hamas. Dropbox handing over 25% of San Francisco HQ back to landlord as commercial real estate softens. Calgary is converting abandoned offices into housing. Greece will soon be home to Europe's largest coastal park, as abandoned Greek airport, set to be transformed into a 600-acre coastal park.
Google owes executive $1 million after losing gender-bias lawsuit. RAF officer who said he was discriminated against for being Scottish male Christian wins his case against Ministry of Defense after being sacked. As per study, harsh workplace climate is pushing women out of academia. Around 76 locations were raided in India as part of a crackdown on phony tech support scam calls. In Italy, Deliveroo and Uber lose the case. Contributions have to be given to writers. In Australia, 424 banks, 718 ATMs has been shut down. The United States is planning an H-1B system overhaul to boost efficiency. High BPV, independently of the mean BP, is associated with lower cognitive performance and increased arterial stiffness in older adults without clinically relevant cognitive impairment, This highlights the role of systolic and diastolic BPV as a potential early clinical marker for cognitive impairment. Probiotics Bifidobacterium lactis M8 and Lactobacillus rhamnosus M9 prevent high blood pressure via modulating the gut microbiota composition and host metabolic products.
Poor sleep quality predicts increased anger and worsened perceptions of relationship quality. Consistent lack of sleep is related to future depressive symptoms. Study finds cryptocurrency's popularity in the U.S. tied to conservative moral foundations. YouTube Music can be the default service on the Apple HomePod.
Air Canada forgets federal chief accessibility officer's wheelchair in Toronto. In Malaysia, Zunagara hit by flash floods. One capybara's escape attempt short-lived.
China signs yuan-denominated loans for Belt and Road Initiative, accelerating de-dollarization. Taliban plans to join Chinese Belt and Road Initiative. Crude oil deal in acne marks breakthrough. Chinese sci-fi writer Haya wins Hugo Award for Best Novelette. Russian tycoon claims he is behind Forbes Perch's audio tapes show. Cratering motor fuel sales in Norway show the death spiral that can end oil. Volkswagen will stop selling combustion cars in Norway from 2024.
Terran Orbital shareholders call for replacement of CEO Mark Bell. Web Summit CEO Paddy Cosgrave steps down in wake of controversy over his Israel comments. UK government is keeping files on teaching assistants and librarians' internet activity. Proposed Ontario law would ban sex offenders from legally changing their names. The European Parliament increases pressure on Spain to depoliticize justice and not offering amnesty to embezzlers. Britain's March for Palestine, police make 10 arrests, as 100,000 protesters take to the streets of London, Birmingham, Manchester and Cardiff, in defense of civilians in Gaza and West Bank, after Hamas' deadly attacks on Israel brought violent response. Entertainment industry A-listers sign a letter to Biden urging a ceasefire in Gaza. China's Middle East envoy urges Palestinian guarantees, won't name Hamas.